sometimes things go as unexpected ways.
All right, we'll talk about dislikes. All right, you don't have to push me too hard.
Sure. I will say that sometimes we get it wrong. Like, we had no idea that the rewind video in 2018 was gonna go badly.
Like, you watch that and you're like, not bad.
Yeah,
NFT.
Not bad.
I do have a few.
I also have one. It's called Goose Ass.
Okay.
Huh?
If I'm wrong, you have to buy the Goose Ass for me for $1,000.
I don't think I'm gonna be a proud owner of Goose Ass.
Honestly, your loss.
Well, anyway, we'll check in a few years and we'll
Okay,
see. Okay.
I'm down.
We'll
Okay.
check
Okay.
in.
5 years. Okay. We did bring a special chair for you.
Really? Wait, what's my special
And brought
chair?
some
This
gifts.
is the chair?
Yeah.
Oh,
special chair.
Pock?
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Oh my
No!
god.
You got this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
I had
sick.
to bring it for you.
Was this like a
Sick.
big part of Q1 budget?
Yeah, we went all out.
Yeah, I had to go through a couple meetings for this guy.
We really splurged.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
You know, had to get as many photos as we could of you. Here, we
Yeah.
can put this one out.
Yeah, you have explosive.
Class to the moon. Thank you so much for the 10
Oh
months.
my
gosh, thank you
I'm
so
nervous
much.
for this.
Natsumiii,
Yeah.
love.
Are you nervous?
Should I turn
you
this
don't
up?
do content a lot.
I'm not too nervous.
Okay.
I think this is gonna be fun.
Am I threatening or non-threatening?
Threatening.
Not very threatening.
Okay,
Not
all
very
right.
threatening.
All right, that's a shame. I could never be the CEO of YouTube then.
That's not actually what is important in being the CEO of YouTube.
What is the
That
most
is not
important
it.
factor?
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry. I'm
I'd
trying to
say
figure out where my
knowing how to build a great
webcam
platform.
stuff went.
Yeah, that's
And-
fair.
Yeah.
It's like making
Give
your
me a
company
sec.
good.
Yeah,
Oh,
making
wow.
it good, making the product
So
good.
not just fear.
No,
right.
that definitely that doesn't help with
I might
anything.
have to restructure my company.
What's
we are
this?
equal, both CEOs.
Wait, that's not
Or
it.
is that your? Is there like another secret
What's
title you
number
have?
2?
Like, you know how like, you often have multiple titles, but like you introduce as one. Like, I'm CEO and
number
also
6?
secretary.
Aw. Whatever
I'm just
happened
CEO.
to my
It's hard to do both.
overlay?
So what do you do as secretary?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's
What's
just for
this?
tax purposes that you have to have
Oh.
a secretary.
Oh, okay,
And we just
okay.
don't have one.
You have to probably file notes.
Yeah. I have to do the meetings minutes.
Do you guys prefer, sorry, hold on a second. Do you guys prefer, no, like, you remember how my webcam had an overlay? Do you guys prefer a cleaner, like, no overlay and just the webcam square? Or do you like the overlay? My immersion? Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Can you just answer this question, please? I like both. I don't know. Cleaner? Well, that doesn't answer my question. Pick a side. Okay. All right. Just webcam it is.
Well, anyway, welcome, Susan, to the yard set, at least. Not really the podcast. Why are you here? Can I
Why?
ask?
Why?
Well, you invited me
Yeah,
to be here.
But
and
why did you accept? Like, I feel
Oh.
like there should be 15 layers of people who are like, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. And then you're like, yeah, you're right.
Well, actually, what happened was you asked me, right?
I tweeted out.
You tweeted it, and my team said,
You
"Why
guys
don't
want
you
subtitles?
write something like, let's talk about it?"
Auto-generated captions?
I was like, "No, this seems awesome. I want to be on the show." So I just wrote back, "Yeah, seems like fun."
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they were all surprised. They were like, "That's not what we were recommending."
Is that how, like, okay, did you watch the yard after sending that tweet? Have you seen any of it?
I have seen some of it. See, you saw my phone. You
Okay.
looked at my phone
It
and you
was
saw that
exciting.
it was open to it.
You had my video open, and then the recommended
Yeah.
was also my video,
Yes.
which was flattering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've seen, like, clips here and there?
Yes. Yes.
Which
I
is
have.
why we had SEAL Team 6 take out Slime and tie him down so he couldn't hang out with you, which honestly I think was a great decision. He is
Well-
a threat and a liability.
What is
I'm
this?
not worried about slime.
Really?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
What
That's
is
actually,
this?
you know, you are more powerful than him.
What are all these
Okay,
browsers?
I wrote down, like, some
Oh, these are...
general notes.
Okay.
I'm skipping one
What is
here. I
this?
wrote
Oh.
I wrote Susan
What is
final
this?
boss.
Okay.
And then I said you were like the final Elden Ring boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone had to explain to you what Elden Ring was from this, which I
so
apologize
funny.
first of all to you and your team for I feel like the work you had to do vetting all of my questions in comments.
Well, first of all,
What is this?
when I come on a creator's podcast or show or video, like I really want to make sure that you ask whatever you want. Like I don't want to have
That's
any
cool.
holdback. So I'm good with whatever questions you have.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, could we start off with a test perhaps?
Okay.
A
I
test?
have a test here. Now, First of all, before we jump in, just a few questions. Do you watch YouTube?
Yes.
And do you watch like I've heard you watch general YouTube, like you were saying when we were downstairs that you watch like general YouTube originals. Yeah. Do you have like some creators you like?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Well, I don't always feel like I should say.
Okay.
I mean, and also I watch a lot of creators. Like
you can say
I don't
you watch
just
Wendover. It's okay.
I watch what?
Wendover Productions, Summoning Salt. Those are your big two.
I just say I watch a lot of YouTube.
Okay. All right.
So I watch a lot of different kinds of YouTube, but you know, it's funny because people ask me and they assume, well, you're CEO of YouTube, you must spend a lot of time watching YouTube. Right.
Yeah.
And I do watch YouTube, but that's
probably not as much
the
as people
qualification
think
for the job. It's not like, oh, the more you watch YouTube, the better CEO you are.
It's not like the president of the United States watches a lot of baseball. You know, that's America's favorite pastime. You got a company to run.
Well, that wouldn't make an amazing. I mean, that's not what you judge your president on. Is how much baseball they watch.
Yeah.
Like what you would want me to be doing as a CEO of YouTube is making the product better, making more advertisers to come and spend money on YouTube, right?
True.
Making sure that we're not getting regulated in a way that we have to pass weird laws or, you know, change the product in a way that's not productive for creators. So, you know, if you look at the things that I'm spending my time on,
right? Chat. Do we like Susan?
A better YouTube.
I don't know much about her, but do we like her?
And the ecosystem that
we like her,
not necessarily just
we don't like
watching
her.
YouTube. I would love it if that were the job. Like, oh, just come into the office, sit back on the couch, and watch as much YouTube as you want.
But then you'd be taking my job because that's what streamers do. We're supposed to watch YouTube.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, and comment and make it funny, and yeah.
So okay, that was the intro to. Do you ever watch live streams? Because that's like a different, seedier part of YouTube than also other platforms that exist.
So I do watch it more just like, it's not like I come home from work and then watch live streams.
You're not a big live stream person?
No, I just want to say I don't spend my free time watching live stream when I come home.
I mean, sometimes you have to watch live streams, though.
I do. Sure? I do watch sometimes just to see like what people are saying and getting a feel. And I mean, I do want to check in, but I can't say that I do. And
would you switch to YouTube? I don't even know, because like I don't have a very active YouTube, and I mean, yeah, it's true. It really does depend on the money. 5 mil, I'm bitches. I'm later. I'm out. 5 million. First of all, there's no way I would be offered 5 million. That's like so out in the open. But $5 million. Do you guys understand how much money that is? Even if I was offered $1 million, I would leave. That is insane. I cannot make $1 million like working for a billion years. You guys don't understand. Like $1 million is a lot of money. It's a lot. Like that allows so much freedom and time and stuff to do whatever else. 5 mil, I think you can retire with that money. I think most people who got like huge contracts can straight up retire. Like they really don't need to be working. They just work because like it's either for fun or like a hobby or whatever else. Like they need something to do.
Well, let's do a test if you're down. And this is a very simple test. I'm going to show you an emote that is very important in the live streaming space, and you tell me the emotion that attaches with it.
You can buy YouTube stonks.
And then I'm not sure I'm going to pass. I know that we don't have some of the emotes.
I would love to start a cafe.
Yes,
I am aware of that.
I know. And
if I start a cafe in the future and I have money, will you guys come to my cafe? It'll be called Wendy's. I've decided. Wendy's sounds like a really cute cafe. You know? Like, you guys could just be like, after school, I'm going to Wendy's. Going to work, going to Wendy's before work. Getting a little coffee, getting a little tea. Going to Wendy's. Wendy's nuts.
So this is introducing you to some of them.
And I don't really spend a lot. I do go on competitor sites.
Would you
sell them? Competitors in general.
Yeah, maybe I should.
All of them. I do go on all of them. Yes, I'm familiar with I am familiar with that competitor.
I wore it.
Fly there from
it's
Malaysia.
my bad luck and my good luck sock.
Oh, it's okay. What is it? Okay.
Cute.
That's President Barack Obama.
Okay.
Good old 44.
All right.
Okay, so I think you'll do well. I think you're selling yourself short.
Sure.
It's just the picture, and you say the emotion that attaches. So here's the first one.
Okay.
And then you say what? No, you don't have to say what it's called. Even just what emotion you think it is.
Oh.
It conveys. If you
bad.
Yes. Yeah. It's called Sag. It's like sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks sad.
Easy.
Lol.
Happy.
Yeah. It's just funny. Just ha-has.
Yeah.
Easy. I think you're doing good. I think you're selling yourself short here.
Okay, good.
Just have a few more.
Lol W.
Oh, we already did that one.
No, this is a different one. It's this. The frog is used a lot.
Okay.
He's important. But what fear does he
She
express
said we already
here?
did this one. It's not
like
the same
what?
frog.
What is going on?
Yeah. It's general fear, anxiety,
Okay.
stress.
Okay.
Okay. Two more.
Pog.
This one's the hard one.
Wow.
Yeah. It's poggers. Wow.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
And then final one.
Oh God.
That looks like no. Like no.
It's actually
Dead.
a boy waiting for a bus. That one was a hard one.
What?
Yeah, it's
It
people
looks
waiting
like
for
dead.
bus, very long wait.
Okay.
It's
yes.
less used, but still
Wait,
in there.
I
I would
don't
say
even use
probably 85%. That's passing. So you
Okay.
know general streaming
Wait,
stuff.
we've never used the
little harder
bus
to
one,
find in
did
there.
we? No, we've never
I
seen
mean,
the bus.
I
thought that was
of course
dead.
watch streaming. Of course I watch our largest YouTubers, and of course I watch. But I just have to be honest. Like, it's not like I come home and I spend hours and hours watching it.
That's fair.
First of all, there's lots of different types of content on YouTube, and there's a global audience. Like, you have to realize that YouTube has creators who come from every part of the world. And
Yeah.
Every part of the
what
world.
you want
It's
me
kind of
doing is you
insane.
want me making the platform better for everyone.
Also, very, very off topic, but do you guys see my shirt? It says egg yolk. All right, that is all. If you get it, you get it.
Yes, streaming is a really, really important part.
Thank
and
you.
we're definitely committed to making streaming better. But you want to focus on all parts of YouTube, and
cute.
that's what I'm focused on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I have talked to a lot of creators. I feel like every day I find a creator that has
It's
like
like
a million
Eggo,
plus
but
subscribers that
Eggo.
I've never heard of ever, and they're huge.
Let go my egg
But it's just because they're in a niche I don't know. But there is one thing that does unite us all, and I'll transition us here.
Yeah.
It's the YouTube ranking system. Like
YouTube
every creator
ranking
inherently
system.
understands how you feel when you have a 1 out of 10,
Yeah.
very poggers, and a 10 out of 10, and it's very Sag.
This thing right here makes me think there's a chest here because it's glowing gold. It makes me think there's a Fortnite chest here.
When did that come into play? Was that you? How
Oh
do you
God,
feel
I've
about
been
that
playing a
system?
little bit too much Fortnite
So,
already.
yes, first of all, I know what you're talking about.
Too much
And
Fortnite. There's
we
loot.
Design the system so creators have the most amount of knowledge about how their videos are going.
Fortnite.
And we have heard the feedback that some people don't want to know, or they don't like the way that we tell them in terms of the rankings. And that has been certainly valid feedback that we've heard and are working on. And we have tried different experiments, like removing some of the ranking or removing some of the statistics that maybe creators didn't want.
What day is it today?
But then other creators will tell us, like, well, where did
Chris,
that go?
welcome back for 42
We liked
months.
it. We wanted it.
Oh,
And
my God.
so
Thank you so much.
we do think it's important that we're giving you accurate numbers in terms of your statistics and how your videos are performing. But what we're going to try to do is give it in a way that we think more creators would appreciate it, in terms of not having red, for example, when things aren't going well. People have a negative association with red.
Yes.
Like, red was in high school where you got a bad grade. So we don't want to do that. We want...
It's because, like, you get the 1, and then fireworks explode on your screen, and you're like, yeah! And then the next day it's 10, and there's, like, a gray, and it's like, and you're just like, oh, why do I even do this anymore? It's not worth it. But I understand that there's definitely people who'd be like, oh, I want that back now.
If there's a video that's not doing as well, I mean, what do you want us to say? Do you want us to?
We'll make it get more views.
Like, I mean, we could look. We
say
could
it'll
just
be better. Coddle us.
Look, we could just remove all the numbers or say something like, "Oh, nice try." Try again.
Yeah. Nice try.
Again.
You did really well. And it's okay that you failed today.
We could have some encouraging words.
Maybe like a teddy bear comes out of the 10, and it's like, and because like the fireworks come out of the 1, perhaps out of the 10 is a teddy bear, and it's like, nice try, but you failed.
That's fucked
Well,
up.
I mean, it's all relative. Like, it's not like the 10th is you failed. I mean, it just is.
It's failure.
It's just not as good as number 1
so bad.
through 9.
It's double digits. There's
No.
so many in between. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Look, at the end of the day, I think the thing I like about YouTube is how much information I do have, which is almost problematic because I find myself surfing through it too much.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's even like filler. Like, a lot of it you don't need to know.
Is there anything you do want in your statistics that you don't get?
Okay, yeah. I don't think you know about this.
Okay.
The live
You see.
stream, can I swear?
Yeah.
They're dog shit. The live stream analytics.
Oh,
I have to hit up Jeffrey to find my average viewers. And part of the problem is since YouTube live streaming so new, there's not like a third party site that tracks it for you. Where I'm like on Twitch, like there's websites like
straight up tells the CEO,
all these things that
dude,
exist just to track
your
streams,
shit is
'cause
dog
it's
shit.
not proprietary. Twitch doesn't have much of that own information, but YouTube doesn't have any of it, and they don't have the third parties either. So to even find out how many hours I streamed, I have to ask him.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's easy to fix.
Okay. Do we get to fire someone now?
No, we don't
Okay.
fire. We
All
don't.
right.
We send emails to the team nicely.
Per my last
Actually,
email.
you know what's gonna? I mean, honestly, I don't even have to send an email because they're gonna watch this and video, and they'll see.
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, of course.
Also, make my views go higher, or you're
that
fired.
that doesn't it doesn't work that way.
She will fire you.
It doesn't work that way.
Can you tell them they're fired if they don't?
No, I can't.
Okay,
I
fair
can't.
enough. We are both
Lead,
equal
please.
CEOs and the same. You happen to run a few more employees. What can you teach me, new bio boss, about what it is to be a boss? I'll give you an example. I make up all the salaries I give out. How do you find a number to pay someone? I just make it up.
Okay. Well, we don't do that.
You don't just like pick a number?
We don't do that.
No, we can't. First of all, when you run a company with thousands of employees,
You
especially
have thousands?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, nice.
Thousands.
I'm at
yes.
13.
Okay, well,
13
that's
versus
good.
1,000.
That means growing
Yes.
business. I mean,
Yes,
small businesses make up most of the economy.
We're growers.
So that's good. But yeah, when you run a big company, you can't just randomly pay people. I mean, we have PhDs in statistics and analytics who go through and make sure that we're paying everyone fairly and right, because and competitively, and so yes, we work really hard to make sure we pay everyone fairly.
So it's not just made up. You have like algorithms that figure it out. Can you send them to me or something? Because what I do is like I need a video person, and I'm like, how much do they pay video people? And then I look at like Glassdoor, and I'm like, maybe somewhere in there is fine.
Well, the essence is that it has to be competitive, right? It has to be enough that they'll leave their other job and feel like they're getting a benefit with you.
Right.
But we also do cash and equity stock. I don't know. Do you do stock?
No.
Okay. Well,
We're not so they get like Google stock.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's badass. I don't.
Alphabet stock, actually.
Right. Okay. Of course.
What
my
the
bad.
heck is an
stock.
alphabet
Yeah,
stock?
that's
Man, I know
pretty,
nothing.
Yeah, I get it. And then you're just able to. You just can give them so much. I just make up a number. I guess I could also give them stock of me. Is that how it works? I've never tried that.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could have profit sharing.
Alphabet is the
That would be
parent
one
company
way.
of YouTube, Google.
And they also get the profit?
I mean, you could.
Whoa.
That's
Alphabet
essentially what
owns
equity
Google.
is.
Whoa.
Zipper, no shot. Zip. Don't even worry. Don't even listen to what you say in here. Yeah, he's grumbling in the back. Yeah, okay,
Dude,
that's
is it
fair.
weird
what
that like
are some?
I see this and I want to like press spacebar and climb up? Oh my god, I swear I only played one day of Fortnite and I already like look at this whole entire thing and I'm like, I want to climb up on the roof and like take a look at
boss things, other boss things that I should
at what's
learn.
over there.
Because you're like a badass boss.
So first of all, just I joined Google actually as employee 16. So
I've lost
if you
it.
Google
yes,
It's gone too
in
far.
1995.
in 1998 actually.
That's
But,
like what they do in cartoons. Like they go back in time and they go to Google when it started. But you literally just lived that life.
yeah,
Wow.
I lived that life. And
Okay.
actually, I don't know if you know this, but Google started in my house.
I did know
Whoa.
this kind of.
This is actually pretty familiar. Actually, the outside of our house was similar in color here. It really was. It was similar to this with a white trim. The
Yeah,
outside.
with
Yeah,
the
it was.
little
We were a
window.
little more purple, a little more teal in it,
Sure.
but yeah.
That's insane. And then you just stayed with Google. At the start, you must have been like, "This is dumb." At some
No,
point,
I thought it was super cool.
you just believed.
Yeah, there
Wow.
was no revenue or anything. Yeah, but I totally believed in it.
And then
Wow.
you've worked your way up to CEO. I've talked to a lot of your employees about you.
Okay.
They all speak very kindly of you.
Well, that's nice.
They say you work really hard, which I think makes them work harder. But they all say, and I don't mean to hurt your feelings,
That's okay.
resoundingly, you do not make a lot of jokes in meetings. You're not very funny in meetings. Do you agree with this sentiment, or do you think Jeff or whoever is lying? I don't want to name who.
Well, I mean, it certainly depends on what the type of meeting is. Like, there would be definitely lots of meetings
no
where it would
yokes
not be
in these meetings.
Jokes with people.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
I think I try to use humor at moments that it's appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a go-to joke, like a one-liner?
No, I don't have like the same joke that I use over and over again. I do meet with a lot of the same people, so it wouldn't really work.
Right.
It wouldn't really work if I just kept giving the same joke over and over again. But I mean, I try to have humor. I think I actually, in moments of stress, do provide some humor.
You think you can turn on the funny bone?
I think I can see humor when things are not going as expected. Rather than getting really angry about it, I usually can see some humor in it.
I like that.
Which I think has been has helped me, given, there are lots of times things go as unexpected ways.
All right, we'll talk about dislikes. All right, you don't have to push me too hard.
Sure, sure.
Dislikes.
Yeah.
Okay. When you did dislikes, you probably knew, because you have forensic analysts, that it was going to go bad. What, how does that work?
It was just going to straight up go bad
when it's about to be released? Like, how is it going to be received?
So, first of all, we do try to understand when we release any new feature whether or not it's going to go well or not.
Forensic.
And I will say that sometimes we get it wrong. So there are times where there's something we're super stressed about, and then the community's like, oh, that's not a big deal. Or there are times that we release something, like we had no idea that the rewind video in 2018 was going to go badly. Like,
Which
no
one?
idea.
The
most disliked video on the internet.
Yeah, you guys got
on
that one.
Yeah,
that was tough.
Yeah, we had no idea. We didn't, like, it wasn't like we thought it was going to go badly. So
like, you watched that and you're like, not bad.
Yeah, I looked and was like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, and then it came out and everyone was like, this is terrible, and you're like, oh, that's tough. Okay.
Yeah.
But dislikes, I think, was different, right?
We knew that it was going to be controversial. We have to do what is the right thing for the ecosystem as a whole. And running the platform, we have access to data that individual creators may not have, meaning that we are looking at all the statistics of how the overall platform is performing and using. And we're not just running one experiment, we're running many experiments, and we're actually running it over a period of time. And so something like dislikes, we ran many experiments on that, and I understand there were people, many people, and yes, we heard loud and clear why people were unhappy with that decision, but then we also saw the impact that it was having on a lot of new creators, and and that's bad, right? Like, we need to have and continue to support smaller creators and how they're growing. That's really important for the long-term health of our ecosystem.
Sure.
And so for something like that, where we have run many experiments, we have really thought about it and heard from many creators who probably, you're not hearing from when we remove the dislike, the creators that were harmed by having it. For decisions like that, we know it's going to be tough, but we just power through it.
So it's going to come, and you're just like, we'll bear down, maybe screenshot some really funny ones that are like kind of dumb insults about it, move on with the day.
Well, I mean, we do read that. We do read.
I imagine.
Okay, just so you know, we do read them, and
you laugh, or you like?
I can't imagine.
This one. Like, people are just going crazy.
Well, I mean, I am always impressed with how creative people are, and we do
in their insults.
In many ways, and I mean, what I'm doing is I'm reading them to know, is there something here that we haven't thought about? Is there something that a position or a concern that we should know about that we don't know about? And if we do, like, I want to reconsider. I mean, I'll use like a contrast. So the verification launch. I remember this. We took away verification a couple years ago, and it did not go well.
The 100K
sun's
verification
gonna rise at some point. When does the sun rise nowadays? Let me see.
Yeah.
So we took that away, and it did not go well.
6:30. Yes. So in an hour and a half, sunrise.
And we changed opinion on that, and that was a place where, we didn't really have a good idea that it was going to be so controversial, and on top of that, when creators started raising their concerns about it, we had a much better understanding of what they were of the issues that they were raising and understood and decided to change course. You know, we want to do the right thing for the community.
No,
we're
I'm not going
there to
out
be supportive. I mean, that's ultimately what YouTube's about, is supporting creators and growing creators. But we need to do that holistically, meaning the whole creator ecosystem. And sometimes you have one part that's loud, but another part that we know is being harmed. And so we are looking across all parts of YouTube to make it a stronger YouTube for the end.
That makes sense. Okay, hear me out.
Sure.
Maybe no one's come up to you this idea.
Sure.
I think it's brilliant.
Okay.
Some people like dislikes, some people don't.
Yeah.
Toggle.
Well, the problem with that is that it creates a pressure for the creators to have it on.
Because their audience will be like, wow, you don't have dislikes on, you loser.
I mean, yes, that would be part of it. I mean, we spent a lot of time looking
this
at it
is
from lots of
Ludwig's
different
podcast with the
perspectives,
CEO
and
of
it is
YouTube.
complicated too when you have too many different choices. I mean, like with any feature, you could be like, oh, why don't you let, you know, creators choose and have this on and that off and that on and that off. But, you know, ultimately it's a platform, and if there's too much inconsistency in the experience for users, that's also not good.
Like if it's verification toggle, dislike toggle, like toggle, is it theater mode toggle, and then it's too many toggles, and then everyone's YouTube's different.
Yeah, then everyone's confused. Like, oh wait, what? How does YouTube work? I mean, our job at the end is to create a YouTube that everyone wants to watch, that just intrinsically works well, and that drives the most engagement.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So dislikes got removed in 2021.
Yeah.
NFT.
Okay.
Do you have an NFT?
I do have a few.
I also have one.
Okay.
It's called Goose Ass.
Okay.
It's worth a couple Ethereum. It's on OpenSea, and this is mine.
Okay.
Huh?
Why
Did you buy it?
Goose Ass?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a proud owner of Goose Ass.
Why did you buy it?
Well, because of its intrinsic value. And I think when our 1% overlords are finally done running the scene, this is how we will be trading our currencies. It's giving power back to the man. So I think, is that part of why you're bringing NFTs to YouTube?
No, that's not why.
Right.
I can tell you why.
Please.
Okay. So first of all, we are seeing that creators are selling their videos and memes as NFTs.
Memes?
Right. So like David After Dentist, for example, sold for was like $11,000, for example. So we do see many creators engaging in this.
Charlie Bit My Finger, 300K. They deleted it.
So another second example. Yeah. And there are many, many more. And if creators are selling their videos as NFTs, then like that's an important form of monetization, and it would not be I don't think it would be good if that all happened on another platform for many reasons. Like it's a form of monetization, and we want to provide the best monetization to all creators. But the second reason is that we also are in the best position to verify which assets actually belong to which creators. So like it would be a problem for you if some other third-party site were selling your videos without knowing that it belonged to you.
Or
you
my Goose Ass.
Yes, or your Goose Ass. Well, your Goose Ass, I don't think is really I don't think that's really core content that belongs to you. But
getting there.
Okay, but anyway, even your look, if you want to invest in your Goose Ass,
Yeah.
then go ahead.
Yes.
And we would want to be there to protect you with it. And if you want to sell your Goose Ass, then yes, we want to make sure that you are selling it and not someone else is selling it. And with all the investment that we have from Content ID, we are in the best position to know which content belongs to which creators. True. And so it would be a problem if someone else was selling your content and they would just not have the ability to know what belonged to whom.
So you guys are like the people who know everything, so you can also easily facilitate the sale of it.
Yeah, and do the right thing for creators, because we want to make sure that if it turns out that this is an important form of monetization, we want to be there to support you and make sure that your content isn't being, basically stolen and sold somewhere else. The second thing I'd say about it is we do think that NFTs will enable new forms of monetization for creators. So, for example, we've seen creators, we've seen various musicians, and I think that, it can work for creators too, where they will sell a few singles initially, with NFTs and various like perks associated with that, whether that's like additional merch or I don't know, time or, you know, side benefits, as a way of fundraising and raising more money for their community, and then funding that for an album. Like Tory Lanez, for example, did something like that, that raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, you know, we really, like, if it turns out that NFTs enable new forms for creators to be able to raise money, to be able to get paid, to have a business, then it's important for us to be there. And like at the end of the day, what YouTube does is like we're a platform that distributes content and does monetization. And if NFTs is an important part of that equation, then we think we should be there.
Are you concerned at all about the dumb actors and the liability and getting in a CoffeeZilla video where he like roasts you for bad NFTs and that stuff? Is that like a fear? Is that like an internal?
I don't think it's not like we're afraid of it. It's just that we think it's going to be a opportunity. And I mean, we're like, wouldn't you want us as your platform to be investing in new technologies where we could generate revenue for creators?
I am a bitter millionaire who's mad at other millionaires for how much millionaires want and how much more they get. And I always feel like the rich get richer, and I feel like NFTs don't help what I view as the most important thing that you talked about earlier, which is small creators. Yeah. It's usually just for bigger creators to get more money, and oftentimes not do the due diligence of correctly taking care of the community that invests in NFTs and actually doing the perks instead of just like, here's my million and run away with the big money bag.
But don't you think this could also help small creators? I would actually argue that NFTs can actually help small creators to be able to get started. Like we've seen that already with people, with creators and musicians using it as a form of fundraising, and then using that as a way of being able to do additional work. And with a lot of the smart contract stuff, there's potentially a way for creators to have more liquidity where they're only selling a part of the assets. They're raising they're raising some funds, and if the content does really well, they're able to reap some of those benefits from that as well. So I actually would argue it's going to be a really important tool in the future to help small creators.
That's fair. And if any creators out there want to get a lot of money, invest in Goose Ass, and you will be rich. Sorry, that was a sponsor. Speaking of monetization, I don't know if you saw this video Hank Green dropped.
Well, actually, is there anything else with NFTs? I mean, we saw that people were really concerned. Is there anything else is there anything you really want us to not do with NFTs? Because, you know, we definitely understood it was polarizing. There was definitely a lot of feedback that for as many people as there were excited about it, there were definitely significant detractors as well.
I think it's a blight in the gaming space to even be involved in NFTs. And usually, like, even if you were somewhat interested in the technology, it's not worth entering the space because of how much backlash you'd receive from the community, is what it feels like in gaming. So nobody touches it, and anyone who does, usually just gets a lot of shit. So that's one reason. But then also, it just feels like it's usually for rich getting richer, and I think when all the dust settles and NFTs are involved and they're on Twitter and they're here and it's crypto.com and you can't look anywhere without NFTs, I think 95% of all the value of the purchased NFTs will go to bigger creators who are already millionaires, and then the small creators I don't think will profit that much. But that is also most monetization changes.
Do not go into the trash can. I swear to God.
Anyway, we'll check in a few years.
Don't even see.
Okay.
Go straight into the trash
5 years.
can. Huh?
Okay, even 2 years. I think
my boy, please do not go straight into the trash can.
We're gonna be really careful. Sure. I think that you are gonna be okay with what we do with NFTs. That's my prediction. In 2 years and in 5 years.
Literally about to dumpster dive. He put both his arms in the rim of the trash can and he started looking in, and I'm like, no freaking way. You were about to do it. I know you. Don't think about it. Don't do it, Ari. Just don't, okay? Okay. All right. Good talk.
Because that's our goal. Our goal is really to use it to protect creators, protect creator assets, and enable new forms for them to be able to get liquidity and raise money. And so we'll see how it goes.
If I'm wrong, you have to buy the Goose Ass from me for $1,000.
Yeah.
If you're wrong?
No, if you're wrong.
Sorry. Oh, if I'm wrong. Oh, yeah, okay. If I'm wrong,
you buy Goose Ass for me for
Okay,
1,000.
sure. If I'm wrong, I'll buy Goose Ass for $1,000. Yeah, no problem. I'm
so funny.
Okay.
I'm into this
I don't
now.
think I'm gonna be a proud owner of Goose Ass.
Honestly, your loss.
My loss.
Yeah, that's, and I think you talk a lot about NFTs
Goose
and monetization, which made me think about Shorts monetization.
Sure.
Which works way different. And I watched this Hank Green video. I don't know if you saw this.
I did.
It's a pretty good video.
Yeah. Hank does good videos.
He was spitting bars. Like, was he spitting fat? Like,
bars?
Was he right in that short monetizations being a fund of $10 million, whatever, large money, inherently, because shorts will always grow, will mean less money per view, and that this is not a sustainable model, and that you could pull the rug on us at any time?
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, we set up the Shorts Fund just as an initial form of monetization for creators, because the reality is, we are growing Shorts, which is doing well. I don't know if you saw, we released that we have over 5 trillion views of Shorts.
It's insane.
5 trillion views.
We also are getting our ads started, so we've been running more ads there, but that, it takes time for us to get that set up. So we've been in the process of getting
just a casual
everything with
5 trillion views
ecosystem set up.
Nothing crazy.
But our goal is to pay creators in a much more sustainable way, and we recognize that YouTube has a really great monetization program for longer form content, and we want to find a way to extend that further to Shorts.
Yeah, because I think YouTube's like what, 55-45 for creators, and in Shorts you get 10K. You need about 600 million views, which only, like, a handful of people are getting.
Yeah. Well, we have a fund right now. I mean, and that's the problem. And so our goal is to have, we will come out with a new monetization program for creators. We're in the process of working out what that is. And
can you tease a couple of the ideas? Is it like percentage based? Is it like it rolls before the short and then there's an ad, or?
Well, I can't say right now about it.
They're tight.
I can't say that, because I also don't want to say something and then be wrong
and then switch it.
Yeah, but I can tell you that I over the years we've seen many ways that our monetization program has not necessarily been ideal, but we didn't have any way to do anything about it. Like, an example would be, because we pay for ads that are shown on the video, right?
Right.
And we only pay then if creators don't want to be associated, or if advertisers don't want to be associated with a creator, then there's no monetization for that creator. So that's how we got into a situation with like swearing and profanity, and then it's like, okay, that leads to lower monetization, right? That wasn't necessarily YouTube. It's not like we made it that policy. That was because that's how creators, that's how advertisers wanted to be. And it also has implications for other things, like, for example, right now with the war in Ukraine, that's also a place where, something that's really important for society, but is not necessarily where an advertiser wants to be.
I understand.
So we are thinking about what are some of the
certain
weaknesses
advertisers
in our current system, and how
don't want profanity in their stuff. I mean, it makes sense.
Shorts,
I think,
going forward.
I see, yeah, because it is a shame.
I think it makes sense.
My girlfriend's podcast, You Saw the Room, it always
super
gets
cool.
demonetized.
How come?
And
How
usually
come?
the issue, I don't know, because like, look, if you've heard our podcast, we get a little worse over here on the yard, My secret running theory, and this is totally conjecture, is that it gets flagged by a bot, like things do, for either drinking alcohol or general swearing. And then when the manual review comes,
He's eating my
it
thighs
is
again.
probably just built-in sexism, because maybe they just see girls dressed, as girls do in dresses that are more showing, and then it's just guys talking about like cum, and then they're like, let's just guys being dudes. And that's my theory, is the manual reviewers maybe just have built-in sexism.
Well, I don't think that's the. I don't think.
You don't think your employees are all sexist?
No. I'm confident that is not the issue. I mean, there are issues, and as you know, we try to be really transparent with them about profanity, certain topics that advertisers don't want to be on, but regardless, maybe just getting back to Shorts, Shorts monetization. We do want to find ways to rethink how the program works in ways that could be better like what's the next generation of our program, and how do we make it better for everyone? So I don't want to give any secrets out yet.
Maybe short funds aren't permanent.
I don't think they're permanent.
Hot scoop on the yard. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but I can't say anything else. Like we are definitely working about how to make it more scalable. Think about that. More scalable, right?
Percentage.
Scaling like in League of Legends.
Because right now, oh my God, you're doing what I'm doing. Short funds are just making up random numbers about how much you pay people. That's what I do.
No. It's not. No, we haven't. No,
yeah,
it does not. We don't work that way.
We're both bad CEOs.
No,
maybe.
Maybe we're both good CEOs.
True. Yes. Okay, now we're getting there.
Actually, how are shorts going for you?
They're good. I feel like it's view botted because every time I upload something, it just gets a bunch of views. Like if I upload a short of you saying goose ass, I feel like that's an easy milli in the bag.
Okay.
You know?
We'll see.
Doing that makes that final cut. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It feels.
Wait, guys. There's. Oh God. Wait. There's.
Wait.
No. That's not a real person. It's not a real person.
Recharging. How long does it take to recharge?
I don't know.
Where's the next one? Fuck it. I'm out of here. Where's the other one?
Oh,
wait.
Oh, that must mean it's ready. Oh my God, so scary. Okay, I'm gonna watch for you. I can kind of see. Wait, that's a
wait,
that's a real person.
I thought that was a statue. That's not a real person. Oh my God. You said that's not a real person. Wendy!
I thought that was a statue. Okay, anyways,
like the views come so indiscriminately, and the revenue from it is pretty negligible.
You know, it was just there.
I saw your video about that.
Oh,
it was
about
just
how many views do I
there.
get for a 10 million view video?
It was just like standing there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot. But I also am interested in the sphere of short videos, not shorts, like short clips.
Yes.
Because those also get wildly recommended, but do make money if it's above like 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, above 60. Right now, shorts by definition is anyway. It could.
Because I'm talking about uploading as like a
vertical video.
Yes, not a vertical, a horizontal, like a 19.
Oh, okay.
Like uploading as a normal video, but it happens to be short.
Okay.
And it's not uploaded to the shorts system.
Okay.
Those videos make a decent amount of money and also get wildly recommended. And you can also, dude, it's crazy. You know, you can just upload two of the same exact clip, and then they will both get millions of views, and they're the same thing.
Yeah.
How?
So,
a little bit of view body.
No
G4 action going to the back end.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, those are things we need to address.
Yeah. I think it's
get it.
Cool how many views it gets. But yeah, I'm excited for new monetization. Honestly, mostly because the people who I have working on it, they get like a big cut of it. You know, it's mostly gravy because it's repurposed longer form content that makes a lot in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way you actually use all of our products.
Yes.
The live, the longer form videos, and then shorts. Right? Like I think you do a really good job of using all of them.
Can I tell you about a dream of mine? You go to my YouTube home. It's not about goose ass ready. It's a normal dream.
Okay. A dream about YouTube videos.
You go to my homepage, Ludwig, and then it's under home, whatever you want it to be. Then it's videos, and it's my long form videos.
Yeah.
Then there's a shorts tab. And then there's a live stream tab.
Yes.
And it's all there in one channel.
Yes, but not all mixed together in the way that it is today.
Yes, because right now I cannot safely end my stream and keep my live stream public because it'll be filtered into my regular videos. Which is like if some guy likes watching me for 10 minutes because I edit it down and then he sees 8 hours of me playing Elden Ring. He's never coming back.
Yeah,
I lost him. So I have to unlist, and then it's like, here's the unlisted, and then people are like, where do I find the live streams? And then I have to make another channel where I upload the live streams in full. And it's very confusing, although it could be good, I think.
Yeah. No, I've heard this from creators.
Hello, my camera froze.
I like that.
What the heck happened to my camera?
Okay, what do you think of my extension?
Well, I think that you did a good job of
You're
trying to
joking.
recreate features that we
My
don't have
camera
by bringing them
froze.
over from Twitch.
What
with
the
Natsumiii.
heck is
I
going
was impressed. That
on?
was
Bareback, let me
very
replug
creative.
my.
Please don't take it down.
And I'm not. I actually emailed our team and asked why we didn't have more of those features on YouTube.
Oh my! So I got people in trouble.
No. Okay, so back to my style. I'm not like it's not a good CEO feature to have everybody afraid of you.
Right.
Let's just
Which one is
establish
my
that.
You were
webcam?
less
Wait, hold on.
fear-based.
That
need to
it's just
figure
not a
out which
good.
wire
It's
is
not
my
a good way.
webcam.
People are not productive when they're afraid.
Sure.
People work better in a more collaborative environment.
So I shouldn't yell at slime. when he
Look,
doesn't get
you
in the
and
coffee.
Slime, I'll leave between you and Slime
Okay, all right.
for you to figure out. But
Just get mad at him.
But yes,
So
as CEO to CEO on management techniques, like just in general, being collaborative is a good approach.
Sure.
So, but yes, I did see it, and I did email our team
Okay.
and did ask about.
All right, webcam should
our
be
plan
good.
on
Hold
that.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And they are
There you go.
started emailing me back about
The
it.
lighting's off. Hold on.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
if I add something, it perhaps could get in an email chain. Perhaps you're talking about BTTV emotes. You're working on Sag and Poggers.
Well, we might have different names for them. I don't think it's like ideal for us to have the same ones, but I did ask, like, where are we on that? Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, I also, which I know you're going to get to, I also emailed about some of our content ID system stuff, which like I probably would prioritize higher.
Do you know how hard it is for me out in these streets? You know, my job is to watch others people's content and make money off of it. And YouTube's content ID system is holding me down, and I can't watch other people's stuff anymore.
No more reacting, Dion.
And I think there are, I mean, first of all, we have to respect content owners' rights, just like to get that clear, right?
Yes.
Like you wouldn't like it if we took your content and then other people monetize. So we have to do that as a whole. But I do think there are better ways to do it.
Okay, Susan, what about the people who rip shit and clips from all the Twitch live stream and upload it onto YouTube and monetize off of that, Susan? Huh? What do you do about those people, Susan? If they get to do that, we get to watch YouTube videos. Humph.
It could solve some of the things that you're concerned about.
Why
First
can't
come,
we
first
all just
serve.
watch Hell's Kitchen on stream?
Well, for any content, you have to ask the content owner. And I think as you learned, sometimes asking even the content owner is not enough. Like I heard that's what happened to you with Kurzgesagt, right?
Yeah.
That you also needed the music. So, and then probably, honestly, even in the
That's not in
music,
an
there's not one owner.
organization.
And then if you go to
Yeah,
different
no, but
geographies, there are
they're
going to be
they're
other
uploading
owners. So
into YouTube, right?
Copyright, turns out, is a really complicated area. And we know a lot about copyright, and I do think we could fix it to make it easier. So I also sent some emails about that.
I'm actually a bit, I will say, of a content ID truther. I'm kind of content ID red pilled because I think it is good in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because it does just guarantee getting money if people look at your stuff.
Yeah.
And I know there's a bit of misuse. There's some article that was like $2 billion in like fraudulent. Okay, can I tell you about an exploit?
Sure.
On your website?
Okay.
Okay. Do you know the way it works is if you content claim something, you will get the revenue. And if something else content claims it, then they will get the revenue. And they share it, right? In a 50-50 way. Right?
Well, I mean, there are disputes, and
Yes.
if there are disputes, then we figure out who the content owner
Assuming
is.
it's genuine. Assuming it's genuine, like it is half of one thing that someone else owns and half of something else.
Right.
And that both of them would share in the revenue.
Sure.
So I could upload all of Ariana Grande's 7 Ring song with my outro song and then split the money with Ariana.
I mean, that might depend upon what Ariana feels about that.
Well, I mean, I'm in the video, Ariana. It's my outro song, I would say. Maybe even provides more value.
Have you done it?
No, never.
Okay.
Because I don't want you guys to get mad at me.
She's like, okay.
And 'cause I don't know. I feel like probably a weekend you're like, I regret signing this guy. when I got banned 4 times that you probably heard
You
about.
didn't get banned.
I know, but
you
that's
thought
what I
you were
called it.
getting. You thought you were getting banned, but you weren't. You just
Susie,
didn't know how our system worked.
Here's the thing. I thought I was getting banned. I figured out I wasn't within 10 minutes because Jeffrey messaged me, and I still said I was getting banned because it sounded better. And I was like, someone on YouTube's getting mad at me for this.
I saw that, and I wrote to our team. I'm like, wait, what? What's going on there? And they're like, oh no, it's okay. He didn't really get banned.
I also streamed on Twitch for 30 seconds. Did you see that?
I missed that part.
It didn't happen. I'm kidding. It was a lie. It was
Okay,
a
well,
farce.
see, okay, so I was right. I didn't see it.
That never happens. So, at any
Ludwig?
point, like, how long in did it take for you to regret the signing?
I don't regret the signing.
You paid me like too much money. I'll say it. Like I'm not doing that much out here.
Well, I don't know. I'm here.
I guess.
I mean,
that's
if I
true.
really regretted it, I wouldn't have come here.
Okay.
Aww.
Would I?
That's
Very
fair.
validating.
Was it like another employee that like flipped the switch to bring all my views up? How did that work? Because they went up after the signing.
No, we don't have employees that flip switches to raise views.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm a big Pokey main fan, tier 3, and Zipper, can you pull up the image? Pokey, when she switched over to or signed with Twitch.tv, showed this image where her views went down on the day of her signing. I think you took her views and gave it to me like a twin
Okay,
eating its twin in
Lud.
the embryo, and I gained her power.
No, our systems don't work that way.
Okay, it's fair enough. It's not like a
Like
guy.
good theory.
Yeah.
Good theory,
That's a
but
good
it doesn't
thought.
work that way.
It's not like a guy named,
She
like,
said
Ken,
no
who just says, like,
megalol.
and up on the
No,
volume.
I mean, probably what happened is there was news that you were coming to YouTube, and more people came and started watching you, and then our systems learned, oh look, like there's this guy, he's good. Start watching him, and our systems start recommending you.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened.
Heard it here
Realistically,
first.
it
Ludwig
wasn't.
is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's
yeah.
kinda good.
Look, I don't know. The
Watch
views
this
went
guy
up. I'm not
sometimes.
complaining. I'll be a part of this. But I was just. I mean, I imagined. Do you even fully understand the algorithm?
I try to understand it, but it is complex, and I mean, we also have a system that learns, right? So that's the whole point of our systems. It's not static. That our systems do learn from what users are doing, and so sometimes we have to learn like what have our systems learned, and was that the right thing?
Right.
But I mean, I generally understand how it's working and how we could do more or better. But
hello, my love.
you know, we have
Hello, baby.
I mean, we use a lot of really, really advanced machine learning to figure out
Machine
and
learning.
predict what are the videos that any one user would want to see.
Baby, what are you doing?
And, you know, we have probably like billions of, you know, pieces of data that we use to try to predict that. And
Hello, other baby.
it isn't like a
wanna
person
come
in the
up?
back end being like, oh, like this gamer's cool, let's like drive more traffic. Oh no, he said something, let's like take it away. No,
Yes.
that it doesn't work like that.
Could I hit you with a couple true falses
Thanks,
of
White
the
Soul.
algorithm?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
CTR is important.
Probably
Click-through
yes. The way to
rate.
think about it is like if you were a system and you were predicting whether or not a video was going to be successful and a user would want to watch it, like if nobody clicked on the video, probably it's not a very good video or the thumbnail's not very good. But it's not just one factor. Like sure, maybe click through could be infrequent, but the user then watches a long video afterwards. So there could be a topic that is really interesting to people, but it's a more obscure topic.
That makes sense. I've done a bit of coding. I would just
Okay.
do if Ludwig
Remember to click on
equal
everything
watch,
Wendy posts within the
and
first
that's it.
hour.
That's the whole algorithm.
Ah.
But I think you guys went
Well,
for something deeper.
that would result in a lot of traffic for you for one day, and then
Everyone would
and
stick
then
around forever, in
and then the
perpetuity.
rest of the site would crash.
They would
And
just-
that is not really that's not really good for anyone.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. It crashed. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. So click-through rate important. Average view duration is important.
It varies. Like, and probably that will be my answer for everything. Yeah, it varies. Because
it's
think
part
about
of
it. Think about it for shorts, it would be different than it would be for like our regular videos.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we want to look and see how long is the user engaged. Like if the user watches the video, is there for 2 seconds and then goes away, then okay, well it probably wasn't wasn't a good video to recommend for
Sure.
that user.
If they click the end screen, which recommends another video, that helps the algorithm.
It could.
Could vary.
You had asked about it. Or someone told me that you had asked about it in the beginning of the video. So like if you put it at the beginning of the video and the user just like sees a video and then clicks and then leaves the video, like our system just says, oh, like that users are watching that video and then they're leaving really quickly. Like why would we recommend a video that everyone's gonna like see for a few seconds and then leave?
So don't put a card in the front of the video then.
I don't think you should put a card at the front.
Well, like, maybe they'll want to. And now I'm okay. All right, I'm figuring out the tricks here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I got in the algorithm. I don't really know what I'm doing. Every time I visit Mr. Beast, he tells me that I just have to upload bangers. But all I want to do is just be like, Moist Critical, right? You talked to him before Charlie.
Yeah.
I just want to be like him and upload 5 videos a day, and a few of them get a couple million, and then I move on with my life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like you're doing pretty well. I mean, how are things going overall? Tell me. You've been focused on YouTube for what is it now, like 5 months. So how's it going?
It's going okay. It's going good. At the start, it was very good because there was a lot of attention. And everything was up, like live views, video views, and also December, I think generally stuff's higher. And then January was up pretty good, and then February was like no, so good. And then March was like, okay. And then April's ticking back up a bit. But I find it harder to hold viewers on YouTube than I did on Twitch. And I think that's partially because like the average view duration I've seen is lower because people probably come in and they're like watching for a bit and they're like, wait, I could just watch a video of this guy or a video of another person that's edited. And I'm competing with harder people, So I've noticed it's harder to keep viewers. And if I go potty, I lose 4,000 viewers.
Oh,
really?
Number 2, it's 8,000.
Okay.
This is real stats.
Okay, quantified. Well, maybe go beforehand.
It's a 6-hour stream, Susie. I'll bring a bottle with me and maybe connect it to the bottom of the table. So that's
just
been a bit
just
tricky.
don't go pee.
But generally, I think things are
if
going
you just
pretty
don't
well.
pee or just
like
go
the video
before,
views are up.
you're not gonna lose viewers, Lud. Have you ever thought about that? Just don't go.
There's a few kinks that I have to learn on YouTube that are different.
Just don't.
That are harder.
Is there? I mean, other than the CID stuff and the moat stuff, are there other key areas you want us to
don't drink water?
Fix?
I go to the bathroom all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
So
tell me
on a Twitch stream.
Tell me all.
I will tell you. This is my tell-all. On a Twitch stream, there is a thumbnail when you are watching a stream. If you go to click.
Actually, the thing that I do is I love to open up. Well, if I'm on the PC, if I'm on the phone, that's really hard. Like I have to completely click off of the stream. But if I'm on a PC and I have like my browser, I just open up like 20 tabs. Not gonna lie, I just like open up all my friends' tabs. I go in and say hi, and then like I do like a stream roulette with my friends. I just like open up one tab, say hello, close it, or don't close it, mute it, go to the next one, say hello, mute it, go to the next one, and then just click back and forth and unmute them whenever I want to tune back in. But I literally have like 6 streams playing at the same time. Also, I have 3 monitors, so like I can literally actively watch like 2. Especially if they're playing together. Like, for example, if, like, Lily Toast, like, Myung, like, whoever else is playing together, I'm, like, I can have, like, Myung on one screen or, like, Toast on one screen, like, Lily on one screen. And then I'll just unmute one of them to hear whoever's commentary. And then I'll hear the rest of them anyways because they talk to each other. You know what I mean? You can just open up tabs. Like, you don't have to swap between all of them. You just have them all open. You can also split your screen, too, to have, like, a certain amount of people. So you don't have to close any of the streams. Just watch them all. Like this is Exodia.
Click on it. And it is based off what happened in the past few minutes. And
I do that on my MacBook, and then
on
my laptop
video,
goes boom.
It will auto-populate a few options, that they think are the best. But on a YouTube live stream, you have to submit your own thumbnail for every live stream, which is like a bit of prep work. Whatever, I'm okay with doing that. But if I make a live stream that's like,
that's true. I guess if you don't have the internet that can handle it, then
and then
you watch like maybe 1 or 2 at the same time.
And then the rest of the stream is like, oh, I'm going to play Mario Kart. Then people will come in and be like, where's the boogers?
Yeah.
And they're upset because it does not auto-populate and the content is
boogers.
shifted as it does in a live stream. Because like you're going to change what you're doing every hour.
Right. It's 6 hours,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do the same thing for
and you can't
6
have a
hours.
thumbnail and title that encapsulates a whole 6 hour
Not
journey.
enough RAM.
So it'd
Just
be great
download some more.
if there was a way where it would auto-populate thumbnails for me on a rolling basis, and then I can just be like, this, and I click it because it's what I'm doing. It just shows what I'm doing, rather than me having to create it, which is a lot of work.
Okay. Well, good feedback. We'll I'm sure our team will see that.
Fix it, please, and let's collaborate together. I'm learning.
Okay, good. You're a fast learner.
Or else. Sorry, it's my old habits kicking in. That's mainly it. And then generally, scheduling live streams is a bit tougher.
Uses a new cycle of 3 to 5. What does that mean?
For being late, because
A cycle
never before
of
did I have
what?
to schedule it. I would just hit go live.
Yeah.
And I have to schedule it. And if I show up at 4:01 and it's at 4, they get upset at me. You know, I got fired from Apple.
Thumbnails?
I worked there for 2.5 years. I was one of the best at the college program of doing tech support, and I got fired because I showed up late too many times.
Really?
I worked from home.
How late were you?
If you are within 5 minutes late, it is 0.25 occurrences. If you are 5 to 10, it is 0.5 occurrences. And if you're over 15, it is 1 occurrence, 4 occurrences in a 3-month period, and you're fired.
People talk.
A lot.
Okay.
People talk.
I was going through a breakup. I was sad, so I didn't want to work.
Well, things seem like they went okay.
I hate you, Apple. Anyway, Susan, I've taken up too much of your time. Is there any last things you want to say or shout out?
Well, I do want to. I did hear that you had an issue with the Postal Service on one of your awards.
Yeah.
That something very important was lost.
Yeah, I never got my 1 million sub plaque.
Okay.
I'm at 2.7. I never got it.
Okay, so I want to let you know I personally brought it here.
Okay.
To the yard.
Yeah.
Climbed up in the yard,
Yeah.
and I brought this for you.
My plaque.
Yeah, your plaque here. Okay, here you
My
go.
editor got one, and I never did.
Okay, well, here you go. I got it for you.
Oh my gosh. It's a big box. YouTube.
Well, yeah.
Does it usually come this fancy?
Yes,
Oh,
it does.
there you go.
Here, I'll help you
Appreciate
here.
that.
Okay.
Presented to Ludwig for being the shortest streamer. You did this?
I heard you'd really like it.
That's really great. Susan.
Special for you.
Memes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was
She
custom
knows
in
the
multiple
memes.
ways.
Yeah.
Custom in its delivery and custom in its naming.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to finally get my award.
She does
Yeah,
have
I
jokes.
think our
She
time's
has
up
yokes.
here, Susan.
All right.
The chair
Okay, well,
and
thank
the
you.
plaque.
Yeah, it's
yokes.
actually been
She's
a
got
pleasure.
yokes.
No, thank you
I hope you had
for
a good
having
time.
me here. I did. I really enjoyed it. I love the whole tour. I love being here in this
The kids are playing.
really outdoor setting, and I really appreciate your feedback. I appreciate
Aw.
you being on YouTube, and
CEO
I look
yokes.
forward to your feedback and
Thank you.
and continue talking about all the ways to make YouTube a better place for creators and streamers.
This conversation was great, and I will never forgive you for that plaque ever.
Okay, well, I do want to tell you that you can take it off.
Wait, it's removable?
Wait, it's
Yeah.
You're too nice. You
removable?
couldn't
No.
commit to actually just engraving it. Oh, you're too sweet.
Yeah,
All
you,
right.
you can stick it on there,
Yeah.
you know, when you need a little reminder of our good joke.
Sure.
But yeah,
Of
no,
how short I am, yeah.
you're not short. What are you talking about?
Well, it's the joke.
I know. But
Actually, very
anyway.
tall. 6
Okay.
feet plus. Even 6
Okay.
foot 2, perhaps.
Okay, well,
All right.
She's
well,
like,
that's all.
okay.
That's all.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
okay.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
once
you.
more to
Very
Goose
cool,
Ass
Lud.
for sponsoring
Okay.
this podcast.
okay. Well, thank you for having me, and we'll be back in a couple years. Okay, talking
Absolutely.
about how it turned out.
How it turned out.
and
the
who's paying
NFTs.
for the NFT.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that was
We're
a
good?
great podcast.
Let's go.